The human specimen room was hard on everyone, but I think it was the worst for Megan. She's gone completely silent, trudging behind Santiago, acting like an armored zombie. I've tried my best to explain everything and offer my support, but I'm not sure I helped. When I think about it, it's incredible that she's made it this far with her sanity intact. In her time, they were nearly 7 centuries away from inventing bloody gunpowder.
It is taking all my discipline to not simply ascend right now. Yes, why don't I? I should do it. I deserve it. No! Patience! Patience. You've waited so very long. Just wait a little longer. On this glorious day, I ascend.
Hello everyone, I hope you liked that teaser for part 2 of the Aberration survival stories. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about how that's going and potential ARK 2 news on November 17th. Journey's Core, my public ARK server, or soon to be very, very public ARK server. And just a personal thing to sort of mention really briefly. So I hope you're all doing well. I know uploads have been kind of scarce lately. It's for a variety of reasons. School, of course, survival stories, just working very hard at that and not really, showing much. I shared with you all that teaser as well in the extra live stream. If you caught that, we raised about $3,000 in the span of 6 hours for Children's Miracle Network and Extra Life by extension. And yeah, it was awesome to see that Studio Wildcard came in at our team came in at number 2, I think, in the total in the world, I think, for game day this year. Now, part 2, how's it going? I know you all really liked part 1. It has, I think, about 70,000 views at this point in time, something like that. 86,000. That many. Thanks all. I'm really glad you liked it, and you can tell how much work went into it. 10 months of work, pretty much, more or less. And part 2, we only just got started working on it about a month ago. Yeah, about a month ago. So we've been at it for about a month, and which is kind of surprising. It feels like we've been working on it for longer. We've made a lot of progress. The whole structure for the video is there, and it takes very little modification. And so planning wise, we're doing great. Our composer, or the guy who's making music for us, decided to stop working on the project, and just for personal reasons. It wasn't anything between us or anything like that, and so that was unfortunate. But I'm wishing them luck with all that. What it does mean for the survival stories is that we have to adapt just pretty much 1 or 2 scenes and just change them around a little bit, not in terms of the content, but just in the feel, and rather I need to figure out essentially what music to replace what would have been made. And so that's really the main issue there, and it's not a huge deal. We may end up finding another person to do it, or we may not, and we'll just use existing ARK music. We'll see. Otherwise, tons of models and animations and things are being made for this part specifically, and a new kind of functionality where we're baking structures into essentially like giant clusters of singular meshes, I guess. That's a big thing that we're trying to do for optimization reasons, so that we can have really big builds, that the Tech City, for example, but without the massive performance hit, and so that we can do more with structures that's more controlled. And so that's sort of a big hurdle we're overcoming right now, I'd say, more than anything. And that's kind of my area as well. That's something that I've taken the decision to do myself. So otherwise, it's going pretty well. That's where things are at, and stay tuned. I hope you liked this teaser just a minute ago, just some of the voiceover and some environment pictures and concept art that Felico did. By the way, check out her Twitter. She does really great ARK related art. And so next, ARK 2 PC Gaming Show, November 17th. If you check on the store page on Steam, you'll see ARK 2 actually has like a thing above it for the PC Gaming Show that's happening November 17th. So keep an eye out. They might show something, or they'll show like a single, like we have no clue. They might. I'm thinking they're gonna show something. At least here, since they didn't, we had really no reason to believe they'd show much of anything at Extra Life, since they didn't say so. They haven't said anything yet beyond we're going to show you gameplay. That's the first thing you'll see. But November 17th, yeah, keep an eye out for sure. Now, public servers, ARK Journeys Core. You may know of my series where I called it Journeys Core, and that was done on my private Patreon only server. But that server cluster is actually going public in 2 days on November 12th, which is my birthday, by chance. And so go check that out. If you're on Steam, if you're looking for a cluster to play on that has every map, and you want to be able to play through the bosses and the maps and collect notes and do PvE stuff, it is a PvE cluster, then go check that out as well, below or somewhere on the screen, and you can come join. I'll have a trailer or something like that to talk more about it very soon here. Last, not to end on bad news, but I do want to just briefly bring up that I'm going through a health scare right now. I've never really had something this major beyond lung related issues, which I've really had my whole life. This is something unrelated, and it's hard to not think of the worst case scenario thing. I'm not going to talk about what it is or anything like that until I hear more about it, but I'll have a more conclusive answer after a procedure in December. So I just like to share these things because I know a lot of people hide this kind of stuff, and to an extent I understand why they don't want to bring attention to themselves for that reason, but I've always been just pretty transparent, and I don't want to toss things on people out of nowhere, even though that's often how illnesses come on. It's just oh, okay, you have this, and this is very bad, and blah blah blah. So that's just been on my mind, and I don't know to what extent it's going to impact my mostly it's been sort of just on my mind, affecting school and stuff, but high hopes for the future, and I'll let you guys know how that goes in December. But otherwise, stay tuned. I'll talk to you all very soon, and happy gaming. Talk to you next time. Bye.